Trying to do anything in art, especially release music nowadays, has to be some of the hardest things in the world right now. Not only do you have to write the music, craft the music, get it produced and mixed, but then you also have to create content around that music. You have to grab attention. You have to go and promote yourself via podcasts. You have to try to make things interesting for building your audience or engaging the audience you already have. So when it comes down to things making your life easier, I like to highlight those kinds of things. If there was a singular microphone that could help you not only record, but also create content, be on podcasts to help promote your own music, I feel like if that microphone existed, it would be pretty helpful to anyone who's trying to make a career in music right now. And if that's you, I think that the Mono PD200W might be a really great option for you, but it's definitely not for everybody. We'll talk about it. For clarity's sake, Mono did send me this microphone, but they are not seeing this video beforehand, and all opinions are my own. The Mono PD200W is a wireless, but also XLR and USB-C recording microphone, and it's really geared for things like content creation, gaming if you're trying to be a streamer, but specifically where I'm interested in it is the podcasting and recording side of things. Because a lot of times these kinds of microphones have a really hard time holding up when you actually need to do musical work. But then also these microphones come in super handy when you're looking at things like if you're promoting your own music, you might need to hop on some podcasts or create your own content. This is a really interesting way to use that. So with Mono making all of those claims with the PD200W, I wanted to not only put it to the test for actual recording and actual podcasting, but also compare it to another extremely popular option in this space, the Shure SM7B, which is $200 more expensive than the Mono. All this information is well and good, but what matters is actually what they sound like. So right now, let's hop into a comparison test between the two microphones and compare tracking an acoustic guitar, a speech test, and a singing vocal test that I'm going to do for you. Noticing while I'm trying to get this set up to record that I'm having to bump up the gain a little bit more to match the volume from the SM7B versus the Mono mic. This is a speech vocal test of the Mono PD200W vocal mic, testing popping P's, sharp S's, and tight T's. This is no processing. This is the mic out of XLR straight into my Apollo Twin X audio interface. I am at about in between -12 and -15, and my gain is at about probably just below half, maybe in the right around the 1/3 range on my interface. What you're hearing now is my voice with compression, EQ, and any other effects that might enhance my speech. I'm doing this to show you the best possible version of what this mic could be in comparison to its counterpart. This is a vocal test checking popping P's, sharp S's, tight T's, and many other variations on the Shure SM7B. My Shure SM7B is plugged directly into my Apollo Twin X with no cloud lifter, and I am about 3/4 of my gain up on my Apollo Twin. going directly out of XLR straight into my Apollo Twin with no effects. This is what my voice sounds like on the SM7B when I've added EQ, compression, and a little bit of post-processing effects on it. I'm using this test to show how good this mic can be when attached to it from a speaking perspective. I don't want to waste my time trying to catch a piece of mind. I don't want to waste my time without nobody but you. I don't want to waste my time trying to catch a piece of mind. I don't want to waste my time without nobody but you. I don't want to waste my time trying to catch a piece of mind. I don't want to waste my time without nobody but you. I don't want to waste my time trying to catch a piece of mind. I don't want to waste my time without nobody but you. I don't want to waste my time trying to catch a piece of mind. I don't want to waste my time without nobody but you. When you open the box with this microphone, it comes with the microphone itself, which is on this pretty cool shock mount that actually helps prevent some rumbling when you have things on the table and prevents some vibrations from getting into the sound of the microphone itself, as well as a USB-C cable with the USB Type-A adapter and a USB-C receiver. This tiny little guy comes in a box. This bass is actually a lot nicer than I remember it being. The bass from the previous mic that I actually tested was way more plasticky, and this is actually like a proper bass. So this is a massive upgrade, especially for those people who are starting from absolutely nothing and don't have anything. This is a much nicer bass than, the one that came with the previous microphone. Big upgrade right here. And it also came with, not in the actual box, but in the same box shipment, was a 3.5 TRS receiver option for the microphone. This is a wireless option for cameras. And this was actually something in my PD 100 video that I did that I had a little bit of a complaint about, because what I really wanted to do was not only be able to hook up the microphone to my camera on my phone and record content there, which I think is a great option, but a lot more people are recording on actual cameras like this one now, and being able to have a receiver that plugs directly into your camera so you can use your awesome camera visuals with some clean audio is huge, especially for doing things like podcasting or sit down conversational type things. And this is what it sounds like going directly into my camera here. As you can see, no cables other than, this headphones just so I can hear myself a little bit, but I don't have to have that. Me unplugging this doesn't really affect anything as far as going to the camera, and it is a fully wireless experience here. I'm going to plug this back in so I can hear myself, as well as having 3 different AI noise reduction settings. So I'm kind of on the first setting here, and then you'll see as I click the button on the receiver, it'll actually reduce it even more, which is pretty incredible, and even more, which this is a very clean sound, especially in like a noisy, roomy environment. So especially for your content creation, podcasting side of things, like this is super, super helpful. And if you want to carve your voice or add a bunch of effects or anything like that with their system, they actually have their own software where you can do things like control the microphone settings as it's going to a podcast call, like a Riverside or a Zoom call or something like that. You can control your EQ and some light compression and things like that. Not necessarily recording level stuff. This is more on the content creation side of things. And honestly, like for the price especially, this is extremely impressive for this kind of microphone. And just to read off a couple of the specs for this microphone for you, this microphone MSRP is around $100. I'm seeing it online for around like 120-ish. So, I'm sure various different sellers have different prices for that kind of stuff. You're looking at a 30 millimeter capsule size. That's the capsule that is in here. And you're looking at 128 dB of SPL. So that means you can be pretty loud with this microphone and it's not going to break or crack. And it records at 2448. So 24-bit, 48 kilohertz, which is like kind of where I generally record anyway. So that also means that that's what it's going to feed natively into like a call or a podcast or Riverside thing. Or if you're using the USB-C option straight into your computer to record on or maybe to demo on, like that's going to be its base level of recording. It's got some reverb options in the app. It's also got some presets in the app, one for singing, one for podcasting, all those kind of different things. It is a cardioid mic, which means it's going to reject this way on the back side of it, but it's going to have like a nice circle kind of coming around it, which means it's going to be really good for singing and generally has a pleasant sound. Most vocal recording mics are going to have a cardioid vocal pickup pattern. It also means that, as you get to the side of it, you're going to slowly lose yourself. So like having it direct on is going to be the best option for recording for you. It says the battery life is set to last about an hour and the wireless range is set to about 60 meters. It also has this nice little RGB thing on it, but you can also turn that off and you can also control what color it is. So you have like a specific brand color you're trying to be on brand with. You can change this to be whatever color you need. Honestly, one of the coolest things as far as recording stuff goes with this microphone in particular is that it has an XLR out. You saw in my vocal test and recording tests that I was using primarily the XLR out. And that's because I wanted to run this, and in comparison to the SM7B, I wanted to run this into my audio interface. The fact that this has an XLR in it actually makes it usable for other things. The flexibility here is a lot stronger just by adding that one port. Since I'm primarily a music producer, that XLR port is kind of a make or break for me. And in previous videos, or when I've reviewed other microphones from this brand, they did not have that. And that was as cool as it was to be able to record and as good as they did sound. I was really wanting that XLR output just so I could do things like send it through all of my nice expensive gear that I have. Now, to be fair, a lot of people that are going to be buying this microphone probably aren't going to have a lot of expensive gear, but it does give you the ability to level up later. You may not necessarily be able to afford, a fancy channel strip or some fancy interface now, but what you can do is potentially get this microphone XLR plug into whatever interface you do have. And a lot of interfaces will come with plugins that you can put on the channel as you're tracking, and that will enhance it more in like a songwriting recording capable way. One extra thing that I think is really cool about this receiver that I have connected to my camera particularly is there's a slider on the side of it that is set for mono, stereo, and split mono. So you can actually connect more than one microphone to this same receiver. And what you can do is split your two microphones into two separate mono signals. So if you only have one camera and you need two people standing next to each other, you can set up this to split one microphone going on the left channel, one microphone going on the right channel, and then in post you can split them up and have independent microphone control over the volume and the sound and all that kind of stuff. So if one person, maybe talks a little bit further away from the microphone versus one person might be eating the microphone, like so, you can actually have independent control over that a little bit more and make it sound a little better. So for like a travel situation or like an on-the-go content creation or recording situation, these could be extremely helpful if you're recording directly to camera. So as far as phone functionality, it works very similar to when you're plugging it into, the regular TRS camera side of things. It's just a USB-C adapter that plugs directly into your phone. And I just have, once again, these headphones in here so I can hear what I sound like. There's a lot of like birds chirping and stuff like that around outside, and I can't really tell anything, which is pretty cool. But while I'm out here, I want to go ahead and take time to discuss a couple of the negatives that I have about this. Obviously, it's not perfect. It is a cheaper microphone, and you're going to feel that in some of the build quality, especially, you know, this ring and the actual build of the microphone. That does feel kind of plasticky. The capsule is a little thin for my taste. You know, it's not bad for voice specifically. And I would say that if you're recording things with a lot of low end in them, you may have noticed on the acoustic guitar, it's not awful. You do miss a little bit of the low range from the acoustic. Depending on your genre, might actually be a massive factor for you. You may not need it, but I feel like it might be, you might want a little bit more of the low end of the acoustic present, and this capsule it's just not gonna pick up some of that stuff, which is fine. There are things that you can do in post to edit that, but just know that going in out of the box, it's not going to be quite as, you know, plug and play from a recording side of things. In a mix, it's kind of going to punch above its weight. You can actually record and release your own songs with this, which I think is honestly super cool for $120 or $100, whatever you can find. I think my biggest gripe with this thing is really just the build quality, but I don't know if there's anything you can do about that at that price range. I think there are compromises for everything when it comes to stuff this cheap. If you're going to get something down this low in cost, you don't necessarily have the option of putting metal on a microphone or giving it a nicer thing, like a little housing or a nicer capsule. Like, that's very expensive and immediately raises the price up to maybe a $200 or $300 option. But for this specific microphone, the cool thing about it being the wireless capability, the ability to record anywhere, and the ability to have the option to do content, do podcasting, do recording wherever you might need to be. Even if it's just doing something like this with a phone and doing live out in the world recording or live one takes of things, you could hook up 2 of these microphones and have a really interesting live one take setup that you could use for multiple different things. I feel like I have some gripes. They are very minor for what this actually is and who this is for, which I would say is for more of an entry-level person getting into maybe recording for themselves that also needs something for, you know, podcasting, content creation, and also maybe for you work a 9 to 5 and you need a nicer microphone for clear Zoom calls or clear, you know, meetings or things like that. There's a little squirrel guy. Hey, little squirrel guy, what are you doing? So what do you think of the Mono PD200W? Does this look like something that interests you? Does this sound like something that could be extremely usable for you, especially at the price point? Are you doing a lot of combo podcasting, content creation, and music recording type stuff, but could also use an extra mic just to make things generally sound good when you're doing things online, like streaming or conference calls or anything like that? If you want to check out this microphone and maybe pick one up for yourself, you can check the link down in the description. While you're down there, like and subscribe to the channel and follow me on all these social media places where people are posting a ton of things every single day, trying to promote their music just like you. And share this video with a friend who might need to finally record and release some of that music they've been talking so much about. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.